Well, Adam, when we talk about Swettenham stud, we just don't talk about one of the great farms of Australasia. It's a name synonymous with one of the great farms of the world, and it must be a history that the family are so proud of.
That's right. I mean, my father, Robert Sangster, was a great visionary, and you know, all my brothers work in the industry now in the Northern Hemisphere. I'm certainly down here in the Southern Hemisphere. And the family, you know, we've raced or bred over 192 individual Group 1 winners around the world in 22 different countries. So the Sangster brand name is very strong. I mean, all due to my great father, and he had some very good partners, and you know, he enjoyed Australia.
You're synonymous with the Melbourne Cup in so many ways, but probably never more than at the moment. Americain, he's a superstar, and he makes Swettenham stud home.
Oh, that's right. I mean, he's the fact that we've got Americain here is just it's such an honour to have him to stand in on behalf of the owners for Bamfords and Marians and Calumet Farm, and I've got to say for the whole community and region here in the northeast. I mean, it's a massive benefit to us all, and especially the breeders of Australia. I mean, we have been totally sort of inundated with calls from breeders all around the world.
People want to win a Melbourne Cup. It's the one race that everyone would love to win. And this horse is now accessible to breeders Australia and Australasia wide, and he captures their imaginations, as you say.
We discussed the price to set him at, and they wanted everybody to take part in the dream of breeding their own cup horse. I mean, the way his pedigree is, as you well know, I mean, Dynaformer is one of the great sires of North America. Sadly, he's not around anymore, and Americain's out of an Arazi mare. And Arazi himself, I mean, he won 8 out of 8 races as a 2-year-old, including the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So, I mean, and the mare herself, America, was 4-time listed winner, and it's just dripping with black type winners all the way through. I mean, in the first 5 dams, there's 170 black type winners in the first 5 dams. I mean, we're lucky enough to be associated with the Hayes family, and throughout Tallack and Jearn, who stood here. I mean, we really did. We know what it's like to have a Melbourne Cup winner.
Americain is coming at him hard. Americain race past, so you think, and then for Lucky Day. Americain for France, coming right away. Americain is coming away. Americain Trevian, scored by 2 lengths for Lucky Day.
We've had a good association with the Melbourne Cup over the years, and you know, I've got to say it's something which we feel that we can provide good horses to run in these races. I mean, you look at all the prize money now, the top end prize money is these staying races. I mean, in the last 2 years, I reckon there's been, you know, at least $70 million spent on overseas horses to come down here to Australia to race. So why don't you breed your own? And that's why the owners of the horse set their horse at this price, and so everybody's got a chance to breed their own one.
Just explain the history of this first Melbourne Cup closest to you.
Well, this is Belldale Bulls Cup, 1980 Melbourne Cup, won by my father and Lady Renouf. And I've got to say that the VRC historian, Mr. Lennon, he went back on commission from the VRC to actually find out that if it is far-lapped Cup, and this could 95% be far-lapped Cup. I believe, from what the historian says, that that Mr. Telford sold his cup, the Far-Lap Cup of 1930 to...
Needed the cash?
May have done. It's back to the jeweller, Hardy Brothers, and then in 1953, basically the owner of the 1953 Cup donated it back to the VRC, and from what I believe, the cups are made in blocks of 10, or were made in blocks of 10 by Hardy Brothers, and in '79 the last one had been handed out, and rather than making another cup, one of the committeemen said, "Listen, we've got an old cup sitting in the vaults," so they changed the '53 Cup into the 1980 Cup, and that was Belldale Bulls. It means a lot to my family, and it's kept all of us very closely together. So that's a little bit of a story there.
And the 2010 Melbourne Cup, of course, won by Americain. That doesn't look a whole lot different to the original. To be fair, it's similar make, similar mould. It's the Melbourne Cup.
That's right. You wouldn't mind these ones on your mantelpiece.
How was he received early on when you made the announcement that you were going to stand Americain at Swettenham Stud?
He was very popular. We've got some lifetime breeding rights in the stallion. We sold 27 of them. In fact, we've actually got 3 left. He's got 142 mares booked to him, and it's only until the mares turn up down the drive that that's what we do. But he's stood in North America. He stood at Calumet Farm, Brad Kelly's operation, and as you know, Calumet Farm boasts 7 Kentucky Derby winners. He stood at 20,000 US there, managed to get 62 mares booked into him, of which 42 of them were handpicked by Brad Kelly, and he's got a terrific start. I mean, I'm sending a number of mares, but the owners are sending a number of mares, and he's full. He is, but we're just very lucky, and the response has been enormous.
It's always great hearing from Adam Sangster. It's just wonderful. He's so heavily involved in that northeast region of Victoria in the breeding industry. Of course, the link back through his father, Robert, back through John Magnier and Coolmore, and it's had such an influence on Australia, those families. And, of course, as Richard Haynes said, Americain, well, everyone wants to win the Melbourne Cup.